For the reasons people think it's important. I think it's important because there's so much citizen participation. We get 75% turnout. In New Hampshire, citizens go not only to the coffee of their favorite, they go to all of them, you know, and they put them through their paces. So I think it's good for the state in terms of inspiring citizen involvement in governance, which I think is the magic, what's magic and special about this state, the level of citizen care and concern. And then I think the primary does a fairly good job of putting the candidates through their pace and making them answer tough questions asked by people who know what they're talking about, which doesn't always happen in other states. So I think it's important. I think people get jealous every once in a while. I've suggested to Michael Steele, who is now the new Republican chairman of the National Committee, that he says, well, you know, I have all kinds of people putting pressure on me. And I said, well, you know, if you're going to try and structure something, let them move close to the front, preserve Iowa and New Hampshire, and then tell them if they don't maintain the turnout, they have to move to the end of the line again. And put a turnout requirement for being considered to be early. And once you start getting people around 65, 70, 75%, then you can start talking to us about whether or not we really deserve to stay where we are.
You think the knock against New Hampshire and Iowa is because we were so demographically homogeneous. But do you think with Obama doing well and Hillary and women are black, do you think that kind of knocks that argument out? That it doesn't really matter? I mean, are we multicultural enough to think that the good candidate transcends?
Remember, when people are trying to argue with you, the validity of the argument is not important to them. Excuse me. So, if they didn't use that, they'll use something else. It's not necessarily that was really meaningful. It happened to be useful for their arguing against the New Hampshire primary. So, they'll find something else to complain about. We're too far east, we're too far north, we're too cold.